toutes et à tous. Today I am going to show you one way to connect your cigarette lighter adapter to your motorcycle. In this case, you need a battery tender. In any case, everyone should have a battery tender. Batteries go through a lot of stress through winter, through summer, and so the battery needs to be charged. And if the motorcycle sits for a few weeks or a few months somewhere, they need to be recharged. The battery tender has a special cable, and at the end you have that kind of connector. On the other end is the connector to attach it to the battery. You have a negative and you have a positive, and the cable is set with a 5-volt fuse. So if anything you draw is over 5 volt, the fuse will melt, it will blow, which is excellent. That's what you want. So anyway, I put it underneath my Yamaha MT-07 air intake. The wire goes through the fairing and comes out right here, which is very practical for me to charge the battery with the battery tender when needed. All right. Now, if I don't use the battery tender, and if I'm going riding and I need a power source, that's when that cable comes into play. When you buy a cigarette lighter adapter or some USB connectors, it comes with a cable like this. You plug it to your battery tender connector, set it up somewhere underneath a frame where it's not going to move, and you run it through the motorcycle with making sure to use some tie wrap or zip tie, depending how you call them, to secure them, and through the frame. Be very careful when you attach it to the handlebar that it does not impair the handling of the motorcycle. And in my case, the cigarette lighter adapter will end up into my tank bag, because I only use my tank bag and the cigarette lighter adapter when I go for long rides. If it's only into my county, city areas, I know every street. I don't need a GPS, I don't need a tank bag. But any other time when I leave the area, I need my tank bag, which serves as a protector for my cigarette lighter adapter and USB connectors. Some people would like to tie up this item, which is waterproof, to the handlebar. But if you are not using it all the time, what's the point? So in my case, I put some connectors. It could be any connectors. That's some connectors I use for my radio control planes. I have tons of those, but you can use any connectors. So any other time, that wire is going to be tied up around my handlebar pretty loosely. This way it will not impair again the handling of the motorcycle. It's very loose. But when I need it, let's say once a month when I go for a long ride, I untie up that wire, I connect it through those connectors, and now this is live. And I put it into that bag where I have the connection for anything I want. And it is how I connect my DC power to my motorcycle. There are sometimes other ways to do it. In this MT-07 or FZ-07, there is a special outlet underneath the frame here, which is a DC adapter set up by Yamaha, but it's a very weird connector. It's more headache than anything. You're gonna have to use a battery tender. This is really a must. It's like gas for your tank. You have to have gas while you have to have a battery tender. And if it's the case, just set it up to your battery and you have power to your motorcycle. The only drawback is if the motorcycle is powered off, you still have power on your GPS or on your telephone. But I don't know any biker, once they are parked somewhere, that leaves their GPS and telephone. Usually they take those items with them, so they are unplugged, so they don't draw any power and drain the battery. So it does not matter really if you are connected directly to the battery. Until next time, bye.